Here's a tutorial for this vintage race car theme cake topper. We will be making this out of Rice Krispies and fondant. The things that I used were these pre-made Rice Krispies, this 4-inch foam stand that I'll be referencing for size, some of these fondant tools including an X-Acto knife, 2 circle cutters, my fondant roller, and I already dyed all my pieces of fondant that I need for this topper. My first step is molding the Rice Krispies into the shape that I need. And this does need to fit on a 4-inch cake, so I was just referencing that to size here. I'm just pressing along the sides to bring the Rice Krispie in and just make it a little bit more tighter. I then repeated the same process with another Rice Krispie. Once I had it in the same shape, I went ahead and stacked them together. Once I had it in the general shape that I needed, it was time to make all of the cutouts. For me personally, this piping tip was the perfect size to cut out where the wheels were going to go, but you might have a cutter that would be perfect for that. I used my X-Acto knife to cut under the Rice Krispie and remove those parts that I don't need. I used this fondant tool with this rounded edge to just smooth out the Rice Krispies so it doesn't leave a lot of those bumps behind. And then I did repeat that process on the other side. After repeating the process on the other side, it was time to move on to the top where the little seat was going to go. I used the same cutter and that same fondant tool, and this is just when you're going to shape that card to what you prefer. I'm just rounding off the front a little bit more using my X-Acto knife, and I make sure every time I cut something out, I go back and smooth everything. Using all the parts that I had cut out, I decided to make the seat with those leftover Rice Krispies. I simply just cut and shape it into the form that I need, and place it along the back side of that hole on top. It's important to keep referencing the size that you need because you can definitely go overboard and make it too big or too small. That is simply what I did here, and I saw that I needed to remove some from the back side. I make a lot of toppers out of Rice Krispies, and if you've worked with Rice Krispies before, you know it has an awful texture. What I like to do to hide that texture is adding a very thin layer of just white fondant. This helps seal up all the little holes in between the Rice Krispies and also allows you to really see what you need to smooth out and fix. I never skip this step since the outcome is definitely noticeable. To apply this, I'm just using my hands and also some more of those fondant tools. And I like everything to meet at the bottom of the topper so that way you don't see any seams. Once I had all the extra fondant removed, I go back in with this rounded fondant tool and make sure everything is still defined so I don't lose any of the shape that I really want at the end. For the top layer, I will be using this blue, and I want to make sure not to roll it too thin so that way we are still hiding that Rice Krispie texture that might be left. Now we are just repeating the same process like that white fondant piece, just using my hands and a variety of fondant tools. Since this is the final layer, I definitely want to make sure that it stays smooth and that everything is as defined as it can be. So I really take my time smoothing out everything and making sure that all of my edges are very defined. Since this is a thicker piece of fondant, you really lose a lot of the definition, but you have to bring that back. You also have to remember not to press in too deep so that way it doesn't reveal any of the white or the Rice Krispie texture. Once everything was as defined as you can make it, it is time to move on to the wheels. I used this small cutter to cut out 4 black circles, and as I cut them out, I do smooth them out with my hands just a little bit. Once I had them all cut out, I go back in with a smaller circle cutter, and I press lightly in the center of each circle. I feel like this gives it a little bit more of that tire look instead of just black circles sitting there. To apply them to the topper, I simply use a brush with a little bit of water and press them firmly in the spots they need to be. I then repeat that same process on the other side. At the end of the video, there will be an adjustment for these tires though. And here's just what that looks like from the bottom. I wanted to add more detail around the tires, so I simply just roll out some fondant using that same color as the car, and I apply those pieces around the wheels. Once they were in place, I simply just pressed down on them a little bit to give them a more flatter look. I wanted the seat to look more like a seat, so we're simply just rolling out this white fondant and cutting it into an arch shape. This shape is going to replicate the seat shape, it's just going to be a little bit smaller. Once I had it in the shape that I needed, I used this fondant stitching tool to go around the top side of the arch. I used my fingers to bring that stitching back in since it is a curve and it did get messed up just a little bit, but it was an easy fix. I am just applying that water again so I can attach this piece. And I just press it lightly so I don't mess up any of that stitching look. I knew I wanted to add a license plate to this car, so here I'm just adding a rectangle piece of fondant that I will be coming back to. Moving on to the headlights, I use that smaller cutter to cut out these little 2 white circles. I apply a little bit of water where I want the headlights. And when I apply these headlights, I want to use a more firm pressure. Think of it as trying to flatten them out a bit. So that way I can come back in with that same cutter to make this effect. At this point, you can be very creative with the design that you want on your car. With this car, I decided to go with a little half moon design from the headlights going up, but you can add your own design on the hood, or I have even seen people add numbers on the side of the car. You can simply add nothing as well to make it more of a minimal look. With these smaller designs, it was definitely tedious work, but using some of my fondant tools definitely made it a little bit easier. Once I was done applying all of those little pieces, we're going to move on to the seat. I felt like the seat looked a little bit messy and you can see a little bit of the texture from the Rice Krispies. So we're simply going to hide that with this little cushion. I shaped a thick layer of fondant into the shape that I needed, set that into the seat, and then I'm just firmly pressing on all of the edges. You're going to know when your design is final. I felt like mine needed a little bit more. I am definitely the more is more kind of girl. So I took this small fondant roller and just rolled around where that seat was. I then go back in to define that line a little bit more. I knew I wanted to add more to the design without adding more fondant. I make sure that this detail is very smooth and even, so I definitely take my time going around and just smoothing everything out. I know I jump around a lot, this is just how my brain works. So here we are going back to that license plate. Using that same roller, I simply just roll on 2 lines on the top and the bottom, and then I use my other fondant tool to press in on the corners to make it look like little bolts. Now we're jumping back to the seating part. We are adding the steering wheel. This is the same size cutter as the tires, and I make sure that that piece is a little bit thicker but not too thick or too thin. I add this little black piece so that way it looks like that's the part holding the steering wheel. Once I get it into the place that I want, I simply just plop the steering wheel on there. And since you can see the back of this, I make sure to smooth everything out as smooth as I can. I felt like the seating part needed a little bit more detail, so I used the stitching fondant tool to add some more of that stitching on there. And now we're going back to finish the license plate. I got this kit off of Amazon. It has all of the alphabet, numbers, and also a few extra designs. You simply put the word that you're trying to spell, and your word will be going from right to left. Once you have them all in this little green bar, you simply just press it onto what you need to imprint. I gave it a really good firm press and then removed it to reveal it's saying Noah. Here is a little adjustment. I didn't like how deep these tires were, so I went ahead and just added the same tires over them. You can't see the ones hiding underneath at all, and I will definitely note not to make these too deep for the next topper. And here is that final result of this little vintage race car.